Yeah.
Fair, but I mean, like, reviving a thread also revives all the comments that were already made on it, which might be something you want.
That is fair. Is pipe a reserved character in LaTeX, or can I just do a pipe?
Pipe? I don't remember whether pipe fell into one of the weird character classes. I don't think it does.
Text bar. Okay. Verb table already defined. No, incorrect. Why are you multiple defining? You get defined with dict entry. Is it the fact I'm making it a letter? Oh, it's the fact that I accidentally deleted a closing brace. Is it? No? Yes.
Might it just be that it literally has already been defined for some reason?
No, it's...
Yeah, probably not.
The system is being dumb, and it's got thinks I have unmatching closing braces. I think it's actually a graphical bug. Unexpected close group. It thinks this isn't paired with... What are you being paired with? That. Why? Oh, that's a... Because this should be a proper open curly brace, not an open parentheses. There we go. I figured it out. Nope, that introduced 25 errors, so... Oh. Why did this ever build before? Oh, it's like that. What? That closes that. Okay, I'm a dum-dum, is what I've concluded. Yep, okay, because you are this thing that really should have a space after it. Okay, new command, verb table, 3 parameters. 0, 1, 4 parameters. 0, 1, text bar. 1, 2, text bar. 2.
Lucy, how do I, like, alphabetically sort in a null morpheme into my dictionary?
How do I alphabetically sort a null morpheme into my dictionary? You put it either at the start or at the end. I would put it at the start, assuming you're not going to have that many words that start with it.
It's literally just a copula, but it does have to go into the dictionary because it has a second stem that is not null.
I would put it right at the start.
I guess I could sort it by the second stem, actually.
Okay. So now this should compile, in theory.
Wordgen.slurani.ovh.
Okay. So now what I need to do is find a verb in my dictionary, which is my lexicon back here. So we have got this verb here, and this gets to be replaced with a verb table S go, and A go to P, and D go to R via T, I guess. So if you had to make a trivalent form of to go,
I would not.
yeah, but it would be A goes to B via C.
Sure.
Where what is the indirect object there? C, right?
If you say so. Too many close parents. Why are there too
I'm
many
gonna make it
close
recipient
parents?
because this agreeing makes sense to me. Okay.
I keep accidentally making close curlies instead of close normal parents.
Okay, but that is actually. Okay, I don't have any avalent words. I don't think I'm gonna need any avalent words. Let's delete the concept of avalency. That seems reasonable, right? Let's like avalency is weird. Nothing actually has avalency. That's not a real thing.
What did you even consider it?
No, because I like numbers starting at 0. Cool. Why no space after pipe? I know, because it's not pipe, is thing. Colon need be equals. And you need a curly brace after that, or a tilde, but curly braces. In fact, this should all be tildes because I never want it to break in any of these places. So, never break there. Or there. Sasha, I'm actually using tilde for its intended purpose. Rather than accidentally typing it when I mean to type a tilde.
You mean as in like insert dilemma?
No, as in it's a non-breaking space.
Oh, that's tilde.
Yeah.
I thought you were. It looked like you were writing dictionary stuff.
I am writing dictionary stuff, but I'm using it as a...
Tildes are used in dictionaries.
Yeah, but are they though?
Yes, they are, if you use examples at all, or derivations.
Fair. See, I don't like this. I don't like using the pipes here, but I can't think of a better separator than a pipe. Sasha, what I've put up on screen now, for how I'm laying out here. What is Q? I guess... Yeah? I probably used Q for NG, didn't I? That feels like the kind of thing. Oh, that's probably a... No, it's probably NG. I feel like I probably put that as NG. I do dumb things as NG all the time. Yeah, Q is NG. What do I do for K? Yeah. You see how it looked in the dictionary with all the pipes?
Yes, I saw.
How do I make this not as ugly?
I would suggest not using pipes.
Yeah,
also not using Q.
What to use instead of... Ignoring Q as NG, what to use for pipe? new lines and keep it all aligned, because then it's like I would have to align everything, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to faff around with having to right align and left align things in the dictionary.
I mean, you can actually fake the alignment quite easily, I think.
As in...
By doing line break,
yeah.
make sure there's no indent, and then phantom everything that went there before.
Oh. I mean, it's way easier to do it than that, but...
I mean, you could also do a table.
I could just do a tab 2, but I don't like tab 2 either.
So for 1, I don't like the 1 equals, 2 equals, 3 equals.
What would you use there?
I would do something like, let me use Discord because Discord has markup.
I also want SA and P to have like circles around them. There's a command to put circles around letters. LaTeX, circled letter. How do I put a circle around a letter?
They're Unicode symbols.
The ticks. Okay, we're using ticks.
There are Unicode symbols for that.
Yeah, the Unicode symbols render ugly in every single font that exists. Like, I'm not actually kidding. They are comfortably the worst thing in the world. Let's try and understand this thing. What does this do? This script here. Defines a new command with an asterisk circled. No, why do people not put parens around the new command definitions? Okay, new command circled. 1 ticks. Okay, and then we're just gonna like need to bring in ticks, aren't we? Okay. Wait, what was it? It was circled? Am I using \S for anything yet? I'm not. Okay, we're gonna use we're gonna define a new set of commands here. We're gonna do...
How about just this?
I mean, I'm using valent as terminology instead of transitive, but sure. Monovalent, divalent, and trivalent instead of intransitive, transitive, and ditransitive. Yeah. Yeah, I could use semicolons. I might do the whole phantom thing, actually. I'm thinking about it now. Is there an easier way, though? Indent all text after a point later. I don't want to... I mean, it wouldn't be that difficult, but I like tables, though.
What do you mean? A command that generates you a table?
Yeah, okay, let's do that. It's easy. It's easier than any other solution. Okay. Oh no, because this is going to be a table of table... Sasha, why do you do this to me?
Wait, why is it a table of tables?
Because otherwise I need to be putting new lines inside tables. You'll see what I'm going to do.
Yeah, shout at me when I should look at the screen.
New command dictant tree with 3 parameters. Okay, it's going to get a lot more complicated now because it actually needs to be a begin tab u environment. And then end tab u, and it is a R. It's actually RX, but in theory, this will not change how this part of my document looks at all. Or very minimally. Except it's changed it completely. Why? Oh, I need to put a no indent here because LaTeX. Yep. Okay, that's fine. How do you use colors in table? Because it's deleted all the color. That's the thing.
I was not aware that there was a restriction on that.
Yeah, it's gonna be look. It's always a thing. Control F table.
I know that Xcolor package has something with like text color in table cells.
Yeah, that's the exact. Hold on. Here. Colors defined by either model can later be used within your document. Not only sets the color of the text, but if any element of the plural. For instance, in tables, you must add the parameter table to the preamble. Okay, so I literally just need to add the parameter table to my import of Xcolor.
That was not hard.
I mean, we don't know if it works yet. This is untested. It didn't work. Okay, what does it mean by use the word what?
Let's just see what like tables generator outputs if I try to make something colorful. Here, text color.
I mean, it uses tabular, not tabu, which is a different environment, but fair. Use package table Xcolor. No, it literally just says put Xcolor in table.
And how are you calling the color environment? How are you calling color?
I've defined some macros for it. It's macros all the way down.
Because basically here's what tables generator put in that cell that I made the text red.
Sasha, where am I looking? There.
Switch.
Yeah, literally, that is my macro, though. That is just my macro.
Well,
Like, it's... Oh, wait, you know why it's not colored? Because I didn't bring the color over to my new table system. Text color blue ##1. Now it will be colored. Yeah, Nerd said it literally before you said your thing. You don't have the text color in your text anymore. Okay, so now this looks pretty much exactly how it did before, except these lines line up. You'll see this in a second. So you'll see like on NL now. NL has like
yeah.
Procreate with isn't all the way to the left now. Which means for these, now I get to do another table, because LaTeX is just a table formatting language.
Alright, so syntax.
Okay. Then we defined circled here. This actually needs to be right at the top because I'm going to use it down here. New command C Let's just try and use that in our lexicon to see how it looks. "16 compilation errors." Because I forgot to comment this out. I also forgot to put new lines in here. Missing number treated as 0. What do you mean? What does missing number treated as 0 mean as a table error?
That's hard.
Oh, wait, yeah. This might fix it. Did not fix it.
It looks like you're trying to make a width happen somewhere, like a fixed width, and it can't find the width. Like, just based on all the errors. Alright.
Oh, can I just do a, Yeah, I'm just gonna have to do...
I wanna know if there's a way to make infinitely nested tables with an image of Newton.
There is infinitely nested tables with a Newton on my screen right now.
No, it wasn't infinite though.
Oh.
It was finite, that's the problem.
Had a ... that is in fact finite. I don't think, I mean... yes, it is possible. The tech typesetting engine is Turing complete. It's just not gonna be...
Will it ever finish rendering?
No, it will never finish rendering, but it'll try. It'll hit whatever timeout parameters you set. Okay, what am I doing? I'm fixing this, because this actually should just be a tables generator. Remind me how I do this. I just need to use the multi-row package.
And you just leave the cell below it blank.
Yeah.
That's how you do it.
Yep. So this here is... which means I'm just going to have a bunch of ampersands at the end of this. What if there is no cell below it? Does it render out beneath the table? Because that's actually what I want it to do. Is add rows. Oh god.
I think it'll shout at you if there's no.
We're gonna do a make cell. We're keeping it simple.
You know, I'm trying to claim here that within a noun phrase, the head is generally final. But like looking at my example, the head is almost always initial. Whoops.
You done broke it, Sasha.
So I guess heads are initial now.
Yep, that's our initial now.
And let's maybe go through all my examples and make sure that they're consistently initial.
Have fun.
Initial.
You know, this is the kind of thing that would be really doable with mini page. Wait, no, let's not do that.
That's actually exactly why I used mini pages.
No, don't do that.
Why not?
Don't do that.
No, that's not an explanation for why not.
Mini pages are bad.
Why are they bad?
A lot of reasons.
That's still not an answer. Give me one.
They have horrible compatibility with a lot of other tech code that exists.
Never had a problem with it.
Then you are a very lucky man. They are text equivalent of goto. It is like in programming, you're like, I want to just break out of 12 nested loops, and I can't be bothered to set a variable. Let's make a goto. It's that for tech. I can't be bothered to figure out a smart way to do this. So start rendering an entire new LaTeX document inside my LaTeX document.
Is that actually what it does?
It literally creates a new page and tells LaTeX typeset this page, and then it nests them.
Okay, is there a way to just do like a box?
Make
like
cell,
bounded
the
box?
thing I've just done.
Okay. Thanks, I will replace my mini pages with make cells then.
There's limits on what you can do in a make cell, obviously, because it's not. I mean, it's not a mini page. It doesn't have access to the entire tech architecture for rendering something.
I mean, basically, all I need is like, put a left bar and a right bar to my thing, so to speak, where text has to be rendered inside.
Make cell. Why have you center aligned this? No, I want you to head align. How do you tell a table to head align, like align top? That's got to be in tables generator, right? Vertical alignment rather than horizontal alignment.
So I'm also in the odd spot where I have things that I call post positions. But what they actually are a clitic that goes after the first word within the noun phrase.
Yes.
What do I call those? And make me not call them in positions or meso positions.
Repeat that sentence of jargon to me again.
What do I call a thing that I've so far been calling post position, but that actually goes right after the first word within the noun phrase, not at the very end of it?
That is a...
and
are you left, like, first word as in first word branching, or as in first word ordered, or is that the same thing?
I want to say that's the same thing.
Okay, so the head of your noun phrase is also the first word in order.
Generally speaking, but it might not
So you're
always
right branching.
within noun phrases.
Okay, so is it... Yeah, but is it on the head, or is it on the first word?
It's on the first word.
Okay, then...
I don't want to call it a preposition because it doesn't go all the way to the front.
Noun phrase, initial word, post positions. There you go. Easy.
No.
You call them NPIL post. NPIL post positions. Noun phrase, initial word, post positions.
Okay, let's see. At positions. 3 types of at-positional phrases: prepositional, post-positional, and circumpositional. Where's in-positional? They're not supposed to exist, I think.
No, that's a stupid word.
I mean, they also go on the head, I guess, because the head is the first word, so I could just call them case suffixes, but I don't want to. because it's like sort of open class.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna keep calling them post positions.
So that should bring us to the left instead of in the middle. That did not bring this to the left. Why did you not come to the left? It should just be like ML, PL. Okay, so it's the cell that is not left aligning.
Watch it, this one needs to be inflected. Ugh. This needs to be framed. Gloss distribute. Means I need to use the different form.
PL for top left. Who designed tech packages and why are they bad?
Hello.
There we go, Sasha. That is what that's what it looks like.
You're only squad. No.
It's about to be on screen.
I would, to be honest, not put the subject in those definitions. I would just go to P, to go to R via T.
I feel like having it PR and T without having SA and D kind of.
There's always gonna be a subject.
I would rather include it though. I don't know. It feels like for completeness' sake, I want it there. Also,
But then I would go for S to go, for A to go to P, or something like that.
No, I'm gonna leave it how it is for now. If like, it's not gonna be that bad to change. It's just, Okay, so then I need to actually make some more of these things. So we have C, SAD, SAP, DRT, AP, DRT.
I also still disagree with the existence of a D. It's still just the A.
A, B. Well, then A should just still be S.
No, A and S are distinct.
Yeah, then why are they not distinct here?
Because ditransitives don't exist, they're a subclass of transitives.
A does not always equal D though.
Well, it does in all natural languages as far as we are aware.
This is correct. All three things it has listed do that. However, my valency diagram is sexier than your words, and so I win. That's how this works. Okay, so then in my actual definitions, in my lexicon, I need to just say CA, CP.
Like, basically, the way, Lucy, that you analyze ditransitives is that one of the two thingies, hi mommy, one of the two things will be mapped to O, and the other to a peripheral case. Now, which one is mapped to O is language specific.
Yeah. However,
so whether R or T in your thingies are mapped to the O is specific on the language. And may also very much depend on like stuff like their semantics.
Yeah, I follow this. Like I've read the Wikipedia page and I've talked to Nerd about it. However, this language has.
I've not read the Wikipedia page. I'm quoting Dixon.
This language has explicit marking of valency. Like verbs that mark their own valency by tone, and therefore the fact it has three distinct markings means that it clearly treats the trivalent forms, the ditransitive forms, as separate.
And as far as I'm aware, all languages that do that treat their transitives as transitives.
Yeah, but this is like, it's not naturalistic in that it's happened, but I feel like it's plausible. Like, you can easily construct for yourself a series of like language changes that made this happen. You can
construct for yourself an isolang.
No. Isolangs are like, you can't get from modern language to isolang without a couple thousand years of bullshit. You could realistically get a language that already has stronger ditransitives than English has to treating them as a completely distinct class. That's a fairly, like, you could see that happening, you know? Like, that's a simple change that could fairly easily and trivially happen. All it would take is for some, like...
modifications to one of the things we kind of treat as one of the underlying axioms of linguistics, yeah?
No, though.
Yeah, like, the existence of the categories SA and O are kind of considered...
Well, or SAP, but yeah.
I'm used to O.
Yeah. No. And I'm not saying get rid of those categories. I'm saying we also have 3 new ones.
Yeah, that's the thing.
I think this is more of a semantics argument in the sense of the word
No,
semantics.
it really...
No, because at what point is it you analysing the way a language works to you analysing the way you expect a language to work? Yeah, it's there's no reason that, like, the reason that DT and R are analysed as a modification of A and P is because that makes it easy to reason about, not necessarily that it is intrinsic. Like,
it also depends, like, what is your definition of the A? Because mine might be different from yours, actually.
I have A.
How would you define the A somewhat rigorously?
A is the argument of a verb that is directly causing the verb and its impacts to occur.
Yeah, that's pretty close to mine, actually.
That would be my rigorous definition of A. My rigorous definition of P is the argument of a transitive verb that has no direct causal control over the verb's occurrence, or has less less causal control over it's the more causal control versus less causal control.
So I can't find, like, there was a nice diagram in ergativity I was just going to read out, so I'm just going to paraphrase it from memory. So basically he defines S as simply being the core argument of intransitives and done. Yeah. Right? The A as the...
Is this the three boxes thing in describing morphosyntax you're talking about?
It's not in describing morphosyntax.
Describing morphosyntax has quite a nice 3 boxes thing going on.
Might have, but
on page...
I'm quoting Dixon.
Do you have your copy near you?
Yes, it's on my desk.
You want to find page... Hello? Pages? Hello? Page numbers? Hello? It wasn't hard to find earlier. Why am I struggling to find it now? I went to page 86 and then I started clicking forward until I found it, and it didn't take long, I thought. Maybe it did take long.
I found it.
What page?
It's on page 166 at the bottom.
Yeah, that's where I was headed. Yep, it's also earlier in the book on the top of one of the right-hand pages, because I saw it there too.
Fair enough. Anyway,
yeah, here. Oh wait, that's on specifically split. It's at the introduction to this section as well, I think.
Yeah, so the definitions that I run with, which are the ones that Dixon proposes in ergativity, and that seem to hold quite well, is the S is exactly that. The A is the core argument most in control of the success of the action. That is the most agentive, the most controlling participant. The O is the most saliently affected participant.
Okay.
Which explains why there are, like, situations where, for example, consider I gave you the book versus I gave you the dog.
Yeah.
In the latter, it might be, like, slightly more appropriate to say I gave the dog to you than the other one, simply because the dog is likely to be more affected by the action than the book, and so speakers might be more inclined to map the dog to the O rather than the book, rather than the U.
Yeah, okay, but then if you're assuming that, then you would never have secundative, because secundative is the opposite of that.
No, because in secundative, simply what you assume is that, for example, in giving, that the recipient is most saliently affected. that's all you assume when it's accusative for a verb like give. Whereas in normalative, for like dative, I guess,
Yeah.
you assume that the transferred thing is more affected.
Okay.
And languages, of course, disagree about like this sort of shit.
Yeah.
Hence different systems existing.
So, if I were to rigorously try and define D, T, and R, the fact that my definition of D differs from my definition of A slightly, but not enough that they would ever be separate words, is why I have no issues analyzing this as a like. So, I would define as I said, A. I agree. It is the most. It is the thing that has control over an action occurring. Whereas I would define D not necessarily as the thing that has control over it, but the thing that provides what is required for an action to occur. Which will often be the same. They will almost always be the same. But you see the semantic difference between how I'm describing those two things.
Would this mean that in causatives, the one that is being caused to do an action would be the D?
In causatives, the one that is being caused to do an action.
Because generally you would assume that the causer is the D, but the causer is not necessarily the one providing the means. That would probably be the one who has to do the thing.
I have not written a causative sentence in this language yet. I'll get back to you when I do.
Well, I am not going to write one in mine, so I'm fine at this end.
I mean, I'm probably not either, unless syntax tests gives me one. But okay, so I think I'm like happy with having cleaned that up now. I'm happy with that being cleaned up. I'm gonna do some syntax tests. Let's do some syntax tests. Oh, wait, I wanted to write.
If I were you, I'd do the relay instead of the syntax tests.
I'm going to knock syntax tests out the way and then do the relay. I want to have all of the stuff that is related to the speed langing done before I start the relay, so I can have a separate set of videos for them, and so that I don't have to like kick you off the stream early. Or have you already gone? Are you behind or ahead of me?
I am almost at the end.
Fair. So you'll be leaving.
Literally after me are only Pleb, Galen, and Mel again.
Yeah. Okay, and so then my verb to go, which is not actually to go, it's to have, which is to actually to exist or to give, but you know, fun things. So we have got exists. And CD gives CT to CR. See, I think that this is a nice way to lay out a dictionary entry. Now that I've done it like this, I think this works well. There. Have a fun. Oh, why is that not coming up? I didn't put a backslash there. That's stupid. There should be a backslash there. Okay, so next up, no, do I like, No, this has to be the way it's formed. No, call me an idiot if this doesn't make sense. D, T, and R are stupid letters. I agree that there should be different letters. I disagree that they're not. I think they're stupid letters. They should be better letters. That it's easier to tell what they mean.
AS and O. Well, AS and P.
But it's not A. You just reuse them.
Yes.
Just for confusion's sake, we now
Oh,
have
wait.
SB.
The S was.
Yeah.
I didn't even consider the
Yeah.
S.
Yeah.
It was just a accusative.
That's not a smart. That's a dumb, Sasha. What you've just said there is a dumb.
It indeed is.
If I was going to do that, I would do like EAS then. Erg, abs, and secundative. Because those are the like 3 separate things. Where S, P, and R would all be abs, A and D would be erg, and T would be secundative. But anyway, it is what it is now. Let's do some syntax tests. I'm a big fan of syntax tests. I guess since D equals A always, I think that using the same letter for them is okay. Nerd. You're supposed to agree with me. Yeah, syntax tests time. That's under challenges. Bring your friends with you. Right. I'd already written this out, but now I'm doing a new format where I say input.
Why do you have a sentence that I already have that I used as well?
Oh, do we got the same syntax test?
Yes. Knut also got one of the ones I got. So he got quite a bit of fuck here one.
So this is going to be input glosses stroke bring friend, and then we're going to create a new file bring friend. It's like glosses. Okay, I need to remember how glosses are laid out. You do what's the enum sentence?
Yeah, enum sentence just as the indent and the numeration.
Short tech, and then the number inside short tech is the number of
columns.
Words. Oh my god.
It just does tables, literally.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Let's.
Also, there is short X, which has 3 rows, where it's like target language, language, gloss, and then translation.
Yeah.
There's also short X NT for no translation, which leaves off the last line.
Is there one that's that plus phonetic, or phonemic rather?
I mean, do you want to see what I did, basically?
Yeah, go ahead.
I completely ignored the whole 3rd line thingy and just stylized it myself.
Yeah.
Where is your fucking thing?
Like though D, R, and T are horrible letters, aren't they? No? Like, I completely agree with you. Donor and recipient, because diatrans don't always deal with giving, and theme because that just doesn't make any sense.
Here's what I did.
That. Okay, that works, I guess. Yeah. Anyway, bring your friends with you is come to here, go to here.
And if you want to see the output for that, this is that they are trustworthy friends. So the code, of course, looks absolutely horrible because of like the gloss parts. But here's how it outputs.
Yeah. Temporal construction placed before the verb in a sentence. The default unmarked temporal construction is the present imperfective. There are no specific words for tense, however, a time and date relative construction last week can be given followed by an aspect marker imperfective. Okay, so this is in the progressive, which is auto. So, and then I have to do a phrase, meaning a verb phrase that is the while thing. So that would be go to here, which will be, this language is like VSO, right? Did I make this language VSO? Have I written the letters V, S, and O next to each other in this document? Have I not? Have I written anything else? I haven't actually written this anywhere. I should probably write this somewhere. No, you were here last week. This language is supposed to be VSO, isn't it? That's what I was doing.
Don't remember.
Yeah, Nerd actually watch the stream. You just hang around and call.
No, theme does make sense in that it's like, well, it doesn't make sense, I think, in this situation here, but it does make sense as like something that further specifies the verb, basically. Like, basically, I consider theme to be the perfect word to describe things you kind of like to incorporate within a verb.
Theme feels too much like topic to me in what it actually means.
Fair, yeah.
As in what the word means versus what the word actually means.
Also, Lucy, like, just figure out your word order as you go. Like,
I'm like pretty sure it was VSO, so I'm assuming it's VSO.
I have done all the translations. I'm now starting to write the syntax chapter because I had the syntax in my head, but didn't feel like writing it down. I kind of have to now.
I just deleted all the glosses I'd done because I wanted them out the way so that I could move them all into a separate gloss folder and rewrite them with anything I fixed today. I guess I can just search for like Mosh Puedo because it's a horrible word. It's going to turn up in search. Okay, find me my stupid glosses from last time I streamed. It's going to be around here, I think. Okay, I need to make Discord larger to actually use this system. Oh, I have an archive of the PDF from back then. I can just go look. What did my PDF look like at the end of last week? Grammar. Grammar's going to have some examples in it somewhere. Yeah, that is definitely verb initial. How did I structure the syntax test? I structured it as go you go to here.
Lucy,
while...
what would you do to resolve the following thing? I've already like figured this all out, but do you consider this something that could be interesting to work with? Words can never be monosyllabic. Clitics, however, are.
Words can never... Yeah, that's reasonable. It's like
this is a thing I have, and it's causing some interesting things, especially because pronouns are clitics.
Oh, great. Good job, Sasha.
Basically, pronouns are monosyllabic.
Cliticized pronouns, yep.
They're monosyllabic, and like, so they have to attach to something. Often they'll just go like as the first word within the sentence, because right after the first word, there's always a tam clitic. But if you have two pronouns, they can also just like, you know, stack up as a single word.
Yeah. Go you here, progressive, exist, friend of you, with you. That seems to be the structure I'm going with. I'll pull my old PDF up on my other monitor so I have some references for what I did last week. Okay.